This is St. Louis Cardinals baseball. And tonight from the desert, it's game number 3 from Chase Field. The Cardinals have taken the first 2. It's the St. Louis Cardinals and the Arizona Diamondbacks. And welcome to our studios here in St. Louis of Bally Sports with the Cardinals Hall of Famer Jim Edmonds. I'm Dan McLaughlin, and it's always a treat, Jimmy, to see your former teammate on the mound, and that's old Uncle Charlie. Adam Wainwright gets the call tonight.
Yeah, him and Yachty are up to something special one more time, but Adam himself has been battling a little off again, on again, even though he's been pretty good. Look at these last 5 starts. You can see on again, a little bit off, on. So he needs a big start tonight, because I think what's really important about this is you've got to pile on the wins against a team like this when you can.
He was so good last time out, and he was paired with Yadier Molina. Tonight, the battery mates the 283rd time in their history. Remarkable to see him, Adam Wainwright, Yadier Molina, and both in the lineup this evening. How did he do that? Pull the hands in, knock it out of the ballpark, a fist bump, Nolan Arenado, baseball coming up. Watch Nolan Arenado.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure that the West, the National League West, is sick of him. So are the Diamondbacks, but I don't know how he hit this ball last night. This is a cutter off the plate and pulled his hands in and whack, homer.
The Kia Player Profile brought to you by your local Kia dealers. 8 games this year against the National League West. The average close to 400. He's popped 5 home runs, and the OPS, well, it's just off the charts. Nolan Arenado is in the lineup tonight. The Cardinals and Diamondbacks on Bally Sports. Ball on Bally Sports Midwest is brought to you by Budweiser. This Bud's for you. And by Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in the St. Louis area. Find yours at your Mid-America Chevy dealer. Another hot night in the desert, 96 degrees. We're in our Bally studios here in St. Louis, and with Jim Hayes, Jim Edmonds, I'm Dan McLaughlin. Cardinals have taken the first 2 of this series. They're 29-22. The Diamondbacks, it has been a struggle, 18-34. Mike Schultz lineup with Edman, Carlson, Goldie, then Arenado, Molina, O'Neill, Sosa, Williams, and Wainwright. Seth Frankoff is the pitcher for Arizona. And the first pitch is strike, and we're underway. He's bounced around a lot here recently. Last few years, even a stop in the KBO. He's 0-1, ERA over 7. And Edman hit by the pitch, and that's how we start the game.
Yikes, that's not even close.
2018 and 19, this right-hander was in the KBO. Went 27-11, made 50 starts, and now back stateside. There's Dylan Carlson hitting .271 with 3 home runs. He's driven in 21. Little late night baseball here in St. Louis. These are always fun.
Well, they're super fun if you're watching TV at home in the comforts of your own area, or you're at the ballpark in Arizona.
Or even in our Bally studios.
Bally Sports Studios.
You got it. The comforts of the studio. 1-0 on Dylan Carlson.
Loosened up my tie a little bit, and I'm ready to go.
And Dylan hits a fly ball down the left field line and out of play. Let's take a look at our Hyundai pitch arsenal on Frankoff.
Well, if you didn't know any better, just pretty much standard stuff right here. Fastball, slider, changeup, curveball occasional. I'm willing to bet that it's probably fastball, slider to the righties, maybe fastball, changeup, curveball to the lefties. That we will see in a few moments.
And Carlson hits it out to left.
Wow, bad.
Coming over, it's Peralta to make the catch, and back to first goes Tommy Edman.
I had some nice text messages with Mr. Carlson today, and he has been hitting the ball on the nose and nothing to show for it. And it's just like what are you going to do? And that's exactly what he said. His bats are great yesterday, with nothing to show for it. And I said, just keep going, son. You will be fine.
Goldie hitting .294 on this road trip. Couple of doubles. On base percentage over .400 in the games in Chicago, and the first two with the Diamondbacks. Nice round of applause for him. Facing his former team and looks at his strike. The Diamondbacks have dropped now 12 straight, and they've been outscored 66-30 in those 12 games. Second longest losing streak in franchise history. Back in 04, they dropped 14 straight. There's a chopper to short, and they'll have to go across the diamond. Everybody's safe. Couldn't get it out of the glove. Usually very sure-handed is Nick Ahmed, and what you thought might be two turns into none. That's the speed of Tommy Edman, and
look how hard
Goldie
he's
hustling the
running
whole
here,
way, so it turns out to be a base hit.
Look how hard Tommy's running. He doesn't have to run that hard, but the kid plays so hard. A nice job by Goldie. He recognizes that this ball might be trouble, and he's running pretty good. And you said you went from a chance to basically get out of the inning to uh-oh.
And here is Nolan Arenado. 327. 17 extra base hits. He's driven in 20 in the 25 games he's played in May. Runners at first and second. Arenado with a home run last night. We're still trying to figure out how he hit it.
I think so is Madison Bumgarner also.
He said it was the best at bat he's ever seen. That's what he said yesterday after the game.
I saw him speaking, and I didn't get a chance to hear what he was saying, but I would imagine it was a very interesting little press conference.
So Arizona, having dropped 12 straight, in terms of the entire league, longest losing skid for any team since the Twins of 2016. They lost 13. Fastball and a strike, nothing and 2. Arenado didn't like it, and having words with the home plate umpire.
A little bit of a wide open zone so far.
It's Ryan Wills calling the balls and strikes.
This young man, Seth Frankoff, has only pitched in 6 big league games. Danny is 32 years old.
Curveball, and he struck him out. Torey Lovullo, their defense, and around the horn is presented by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Peralta, Marte, and Smith in the outfield. Escobar, Ahmed, Rojas, and Walker on the infield. Stephen Vogt is behind the plate. Torey Lovullo got a vote of confidence from their team president and said this really isn't his fault. And I think if you read between the lines, it's more about you got to have the horses to compete.
Well, you know, the last 2 nights we've kind of just going up and down the lineup, and even the guys coming out of the bullpen we've seen, and everyone is in their early 20s and very limited experience. You know, sometimes you're going to run into guys 22, 25. And
Yachty, a base hit into left field. Edman will score. A 2-out RBI hit from Yadier Molina. It's 1-0 St. Louis.
Oh, Yachty likes to jump on the first pitch. He's got guys on base. You don't want to wait around to the slider. Nice piece of hitting right here, and Tommy's going to score easy. But back to what the Diamondbacks deal is, they're all young with no experience. You know, normally you'll have a couple guys that are young. You know, you have a couple guys in their mid-20s that have a few hundred games under their belt. They have none of that. They have a guy now pitching that's 32 years old. He's only played 6 games in the big leagues, and that's just very hard to compete at the level because the experience is such a massive factor during games that are 9 innings long, because something's going to pop up that you're not used to seeing. And the more times you get yourself in those holes and weird situations, the more games you're going to lose.
Nearly a wild pitch, kept in front by Stephen Vogt. Tyler O'Neill, 5 home runs. He's driven in 10 in his last 8 games. Also sandwiched in between the home runs and the RBI has been a trip to the injured list. He's hit 2 home runs already in this series. Good pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I mean, you look at Tyler O'Neill, for example. He's 25 years old. He might be one of the younger guys as far as experience on this team. He's got 520 at-bats. I mean, that's a significant amount of at-bats to get a lot of reps and be in situations and put in big situations and blowouts and everything and just see how you respond. And when you don't have that and you don't have anywhere to draw from that with the players around you, it just makes it so much harder to win games.
Frankoff was called up from AAA Reno back on the 12th of this month. And O'Neill fouls it back. Tyler O'Neill, couple of home runs in this series. The first one off the scoreboard in center, 461 feet. Wow. And he went deep again with another 2-run homer last night off of Madison Bumgarner. The 2-2 pitch. And the runners will go with this next delivery from the 6'5", 205-pound Seth Frankoff. Tatis, O'Neill, Acuna. Fewest at bats in terms of hitting their home runs. Tyler, 1 out of every 11 or so. Fernando Tatis hit another one today against Houston.
Admired it a little bit.
Yes, he did.
Wow.
3-2. Held on to and a strikeout of O'Neill. 2 strikeouts in the inning, but a 2-out hit from Yadier Molina. Half inning in the books, and it's 1-0. Added in this year. 2-out hit, and it's 1-0 St. Louis. And he'll be catching who else? Uncle Charlie tonight. Adam Wainwright. Record is not indicative of just how well at times he has pitched this year. Been on the tough end of either a no decision or a loss where he's gone deep into games. That includes last Sunday against the Cubs, his Hyundai pitch arsenal.
Well, he basically has both fastballs, the 2-seamer and the 4-seamer, the cutter, which he'll throw a lot, especially in to lefties, away to righties. A changeup, not so much anymore, but the curveball is the weapon. He's been throwing it actually a lot more than the fastball, but you can't really tell sometimes with him between the 2-seamer and the 4-seamer because he doesn't throw a lot of 4-seamers, and that 2-seamer he can keep it up, and then sometimes he can let it run and get it down in the zone. His challenge would be tonight would be to make sure that the breaking ball is down in the zone, down landing at Yadi's feet.
First pitch is taken for a ball. Josh Rojas, then Marte and Escobar, Peralta, Walker, Smith, Ahmed, Vogt, Frankoff. They throw that first pitch out because of the combination tonight of these two. 283 times. Battery mates moving up the all-time list.
283 times.
Incredible.
I don't know if you and I have worked that often together.
And we work every night. It's amazing. You got to be good. You got to be good teammates to stay in the same organization. That pitch was up. And Goldschmidt is there. You got to have health. I mean, there's just so many things that go into it.
I've got some funny stories because they've become such good friends. Adam told me one time on the bus, he's got Yachty listening to country music. And I said, there's no way.
No way.
And I swear, I was on the team bus one time and Yachty cranked on the music and there it was.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was awesome. Singing along with it and everything.
Marte hitting .345, couple of home runs, has driven in 8. 8 shutout innings. 1 hit, 1 walk for Adam Wainwright Sunday against the Cubs. Did not get a decision in that game. Javi Baez hit a home run in extra innings, and the Cubs won it in 10. No balls and 2 strikes. Amazingly, third time in Wainwright's last 5 starts, he's pitched at least 8 innings. He goes deep into these games when he's right. Matter of fact, Jimmy, no other pitcher in the major leagues has had more than 2 starts with 8 innings all year. And he's 39. Ground ball that's pulled foul. He's the second oldest starting pitcher in baseball. Rich Hill is 41. Waino is 39. It'd be nice to see him go deep tonight. Cardinals were bailed out by Jake Woodford last night. Daniel Ponce de Leon. That tails back in. And a strikeout, his first of the night.
I'll tell you what, Danny, even talking about going out there and giving you a strong outing, as you look at this two-seamer that it runs back, the last couple of times out there, even in losses, he's averaged over 90 pitches. So he's out there for the duration, win or lose. But you know what? That's the other thing, too. He hasn't been getting beat up. And that ERA is showing you 3.8. I mean, I think you got to be comfortable when he's on the mound if you're the manager.
There's Eduardo Escobar. 18 runs batted in his last 14 games. Jimmy's Toyota key to the game.
Well, it's basically just going to be the consistency of Waino. And being consistent as far as just pitch selection, throwing strikes. Days that he's gotten hit a little bit, his curveball's been up in the zone. He hasn't thrown a lot of fastballs for strikes. So consistency today and getting ahead in the strike zone too.
Johan Oviedo could watch Adam Wainwright and learn a lot. Anybody could. Even without his best stuff, he's still going to try to stay in there and at least compete and give you innings. 90 to 100 pitches, as you mentioned. You know, he may be a tick or two off. There may be some walks in there, but you stay in the game.
The walks are there because he's trying to make pitches, and he knows he just can't throw a fastball down the middle in a situation when he's not pumping 92 anymore. He has it in there. We've seen him get there, but he can't reach back and do that as much as he'd like. So sometimes you got to use the cutter in a 3-ball count, 3-2 especially. You got guys on base. You just can't give in this league. And you know, the thing about Adam is he doesn't mind that. He'll go to the next guy and start over.
2-2. Outside corner and struck him out. Paints it. And a 1-2-3 for Waino. A couple of strikeouts mixed in, and it's 1-0. We'll complete your next visit to Busch Stadium. Buy and manage game tickets, redeem offers, access exclusive content, much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. Edmundo Sosa. Sosa has filled in admirably, to say the least, for Paul DeJong. Average at .313. No homers, still looking for that first major league home run, and he's driven in 3. Made a terrific play to end the ball game last night. That was some kind of play.
I mean, you said it. He's filled in, and he's filled in, I think, a little bit better than we expected. I think probably better than most people expected, and maybe not him. I mean, you have to be confident in your abilities, and he's finally getting his chance.
2-0 pitch. 3-0. Here's the play we're talking about last night. Many of you may have been asleep. A little bit of a shift here, and he had to circle the ball, bang, bang play at first, and that's how the game came to a close, and getting to a tense time in the game, too.
And just trust our word on this. That play was a lot tougher than we just made it look.
Yes. I've always admired him and his glove work. And I thought 2 springs ago, prior to the shutdown, you know, we got a chance to watch him a lot in spring, and he had a very good winter league. And everybody was saying, hey, he's starting to really get into his body. He's getting bigger, stronger, and you were seeing it. And he was hitting for more power in the gaps and hitting a few home runs. But it finally was starting to come together for him.
Well, you know what's really funny is he's hitting .313, and he really struggles with swinging at pitches inside off the plate. He swings at a lot of them, and that's why he gets pitched in there. He gets hit a lot. He's only 25 years old, but I'll tell you what, when he learns how to take that pitch, he's going to be even better, because he makes outs on everything. Most of his outs are in balls that are in off the plate. Right? He's trying to get out in front of something. He knows that you're going to pitch him in. So like a lot of guys that get excited, they want to get out in front and hit the home run. Well, a lot of times you just chase the ball that keeps chasing you, and you see him pop up, you see him swing and tie himself up. When he learns to take that fastball in, he's going to be some kind of player. It's going to change everything, I'm telling you.
That just comes with reps and playing.
It just kind of, and someone needs to tell him. You know, and it's really weird because when you're playing, the game goes by really fast, and it's not like you can go, hey, by the way, I noticed you've been swinging a lot of pitches in. It's basically like, here's the computer, here's the chart, here's the position of all the baseballs you've swung at on this graph, and then here's your swing doing it. It's not like, hey, it's a lot of work, and it is, and that's why the hitting coach's job is so difficult, because every single guy is different. You know, and Mike talks about, is this guy a guy who's going to listen, or is he going to give you feedback? And you have to learn that about each one of your players, and you have to learn how to communicate with each one of their players. And the other one is he visual? Do you have to show him, or can you just talk to him?
Sure.
So that's a teaching tool that I learned with being on the staff with Mike. Was I never even thought about that. I'm just kind of like, I know everybody's different, and you can tell who needs to be shown a little bit more and who doesn't understand certain things. But I still think the more that you can give them visually, it doesn't matter who you are. You know, you see those pitches in little dots all over the, strike zone. And look at all these ones you swung at in here. Look at all the ones you've missed. And then, here's your average on those balls. And then you got to give them all that information, and then maybe it sinks in faster. It's harder to say, hey, just don't swing at that ball anymore. I mean, it'd be nice.
It's well put, though. Some guys are visual, some guys are not.
And to be honest with you, the perfect example of that, we've been watching it all year this year, Dylan Carlson. He got a little frazzled early on. Had some really good at bats. He got kind of a little bit more confidence. He got back up on his toes a little bit and cut down on his swing. And all of a sudden, he's leading the team in walks. He's starting to hit the ball harder. It's not really showing up lately, but he's doing everything he's supposed to do. He's not going to hit 330 right away, but you know what? He's driving in runs, he's scoring runs, he's getting on base, and he's being a productive big league player at the age of 22?
22.
And that is all just, he made these adjustments this year. And that's what Sosa's going to have to do.
This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat for the right fielder tonight, Justin Williams, hitting just 156. Does have 3 home runs. Driven in 9, 2-2 the count. Another check on Sosa.
I wish we could give those examples to the audience. Here's the strike zone. Here's all the pitches that he saw today and where they're at. And then, by the way, look at these 3 pitches that he swung at. Heads up over at first base right here.
Back in safely. What do you think of that pad that they wear now? All the guys are wearing that pad on their hand because everybody is diving in head first, and there is a reason. There's a comfort level of that, but it's a double-edged sword. Some guys can't hold on to the bag when they do that.
Well, what's really funny is all the kids in the 14 and 15, you are wearing them now too, and I don't know if they know why they're wearing them.
Wow. So not only can you steal a base, but you can grab a pizza out of the oven. You can do various things with it. It's a multi-versatile type pad that you have. I mean, you can get the pizza, you can get a meatloaf out of the oven, or you can go steal second.
You just got to make sure that the oven's not too hot because it's not that thick.
It's fascinating.
I'll tell you what, better not have any holes in it, because I picked up a pan out of the oven about 3 weeks ago, and we had an old pot holder, and there was a hole in the finger.
Are you all right?
I'm telling you right now, I did everything I could not to throw that thing across the room. It was so hot.
Did you blister?
I blistered up a little bit. You can still see the spot,
yeah.
But guess what? That pot holder we have no longer.
No, that's in the trash.
It's not protecting me from sliding into second either.
3-2.
So now that you bring it up,
the runner.
I understand what you're saying.
Yep. Well, I'm just trying to give you visualization for it.
You can get. Maybe we can get Bruce Bolt to produce a pot holder / sliding glove. You can use it in the winter too.
Oh yeah. Like I said, it's very versatile.
That thing, I mean, to be honest with you, that thing looks ridiculous. They got to come up with a better idea.
Here's my question for you. And I was trying to dig on this because I was watching a game earlier today. JT Realmuto had one on. There goes Sosa. Strikeout, throw him out, double play. So here's my question. is it's almost like two hands in terms of the length that you get. I mean, look how big that thing is.
Yeah.
So
that's the one thing I don't like about it, because it looks clumsy.
So, but what, if he gets in with that hand,
is his fingers actually touching the bag?
He's got 8-inch hands. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the fingers are so long.
Watch this too. He's almost there, and watch him pull his hand back a little bit and reach. That's a nice tag.
I don't know how long that can be and how big and what you can have in terms of that. Just thinking about it.
Why not just go bigger? Go big. Uh-oh.
Go big here down the left field line.
Go big or go home.
Foul. This was this week the anniversary of his first home run he hit in his first at bat in the big leagues against the Giants out west. Puts it in play, chopped to third, taken there by Escobar in the long throw. So walk, and then they strike him out, throw him out, and a ground out by Wainwright. Midway through 2, and it's 1-0. Check in with Jim Hayes.
Danny, Adam Wainwright is 39, and he's not sure if this will be his final season. Waino told me in some ways he's operating as if it will be. He told me, if you're getting close to the end of your career and you think it might be, you're going to relish everything that much more. There's a couple of golf courses around the league I'm definitely going to hit. Some great restaurants that I've never been to that I want to hit. I want to enjoy everything, and I'm going for it. Just in case this is it, I'm going out like a champ. Danny Waino trying to make the most of it, just in case.
Hey, Cat. Do we, all of us, do we actually think this is it for Waino?
No.
Not a chance. Not if he's throwing like this. Cat, you agree?
Yeah, I don't think this is it. But, just in case, he's looking around and trying to enjoy every single moment. But deep down, I mean, he's had some really, really good moments. We were just talking about this. A few years ago when he was struggling with injury, who would have thought he would be this effective at this point? And he said this to me the other day, too. The key for him, if he's healthy and he can spot a fastball 91 miles an hour, he's going to be effective with that curveball. He's that guy.
Hey, Jimmy, do you remember the one time that he got hurt and he actually had changed his arm slot for a little bit because he thought, I'm done and I really can't afford to have another surgery? And so he changed his arm slot, literally started throwing a little bit more sidearm, and he started feeling better.
And he said, too, one of the reasons why his teammates are saying that he seems to be having so much fun this season. He said, when you're healthy and it doesn't hurt picking up a fork, you can have a much better time. He is healthy, and I do think he's going to keep pitching.
It was with Dominic Leone. Remember Dominic? And he was coming back from an injury, former D-back and Cardinal. And Adam had that, I'll never forget it, that Sunday afternoon in San Diego. He was topping out about 81 miles an hour. And Mike Matheny was still managing at that time. There's a pop-up.
That just puts in perspective how long this has been going on. Matheny was the manager.
Arenado is there. And he made a really long walk to the mound to take the ball from Adam. And I'm so thankful I didn't say it, but I was about to say, take a very good look at one of the great Cardinals that's probably ending his career. I mean, I really thought that. And I asked Adam that too. And Adam said, yeah, at that point, it was over. But he's back home in St. Louis. Dominic Leone needed a rehab partner in terms of just playing some catch. And he found a different arm slot. And he said, my arm just started bouncing back.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, we talked about it a lot. We stay in touch all year and all winter. And he just said basically, like, I started throwing a little bit sidearm, not down low, and he found it. And then what's really crazy is he found a sinker in that again.
Yep.
And then he started throwing his four-seamer. But let me just tell you how much this young man still works.
There's a high fly ball by Christian Walker out to left with room. O'Neill to make the catch.
So we're down in Mexico 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, right before the pandemic hit, for Albert Pujols' birthday party. Adam's there, I'm there. We're sitting by the pool. I'm sitting there with Courtney. He walks up to me and goes, hey, want to go down to the beach and play catch with me? And he goes, I know you don't have a glove, so I brought two.
Is that right?
So we ended up, I have a video of it. We threw for 15 minutes on the beach in front of the hotel because he had to, you know, you can't stop once that, and this is like in January, you can't stop. You can't take a week off. And these guys, to enjoy any kind of family time or vacation time, you bring your glove. And I remember as a kid, when we would go somewhere, we'd pull over on the side of the road and look for a batting cage. I didn't know any better at that time, but as I got older, I was afraid to leave town because I wanted to make sure I was doing everything to get to the next level or stay at that level. And he's still doing it at this age.
Yeah. Pavin Smith is at the plate. Talked to Tommy Edman the other day. And I said, what's it been like at the big league level? He said, you find out very quickly why Yadi, Waino, and Arenado, who they are and why they've been so successful in this league because of how hard they work. You see it immediately.
There's no question that when I came from Anaheim and everybody was about the same age and I was still only 28, 29, and I got here to St. Louis and Mark McGwire was there.
Oh, what a play here by Goldschmidt. Wainwright to the bag, and he robbed him. Pavin Smith robbed by Paul Goldschmidt. Paul Goldschmidt, what a play here. Takes an extra base hit away from Pavin Smith. Wow. Waino to the bag and the out.
I mean, you see that ball off the bat, and you think, oh no, double down the line, especially down the line. And there he is. 100 miles an hour off the bat. You think for sure that's a double.
Tommy Edman with a base hit into right. On base for the second time. Hit by a pitch, run scored, the only run in this game, and now a leadoff single here in the third.
Danny, I'd like to give a quick little shout out to Colby and Maggie. They just found out that they are having a baby. And congratulations, Colby and Maggie Capshaw.
You were talking about when you first got to St. Louis before that great play.
I got there and I was like still young. I just spent most of the year on the DL in '99, and I was like, Mark McGwire is never in his locker. Where is he? And so I started following him, and I quickly realized why he not only was so big and strong, but he could hit. And that's all he did all day long. Hit, work out, watch video.
They get Carlson at first, but Edman in scoring position.
How wet that is. But you start to learn these guys. You talk about the Carpenters of the world. I mean, I could run off every starting pitcher in the first couple years that I was there. Those guys all worked out together. They all worked hard. And the good ones were the ones that were working harder. Always.
What's legendary when you show up at spring training and Yadi has got a full sweat going and it's 5:30 in the morning.
Unbelievable.
Hear it all the time.
He is the first one there every single day.
Here comes a home run, Jimmy. What do you think?
Well, hopefully he'll throw it to the plate first, but yes, I'm with you. I've been waiting for it.
I'm saying it's this at bat, his return to Arizona. He's been close, just made a great play. Why not? Hit down the right field line, out of play. The Liberty Mutual Insurance field coverage taking a closer look at Paul Goldschmidt. Much better May. He has these torrid streaks, and he was notorious for this in Arizona, where he'd go 2, 3, sometimes 4 weeks and just carry the club.
Well, and he goes with the weather too. I think the warmer it gets, the better he feels. I remember watching video on him when he struggled a couple years ago when he first got here. And I just flipped through some video, and I was watching this weekend in Colorado, and I think he might have hit 5 home runs. And I had to do a double take at the dates because I thought maybe I ran 2 years in a row.
Boom, boom, boom.
It was
boom.
like 5 home runs in 3 days. And then he went to Arizona and hit, he went somewhere else and hit 2 more. And I'm like, what is going on here?
Talked to Bob Brenly, the longtime analyst of the Diamondbacks, and he said there's 2 weeks where you can't get him out. It's going to happen. It will happen in St. Louis. This is the first year. He said, but it'll be a 2 to 3 week run where he is undoubtedly the best hitter in the game. And it's with power.
And you know how hard that is to do right-handed when everyone's right-handed and throwing you the kitchen sink as we take a look at the
old manager of the Diamondbacks, Bob Brenly.
World Championship for the Diamondbacks.
Championship for sure.
Great broadcaster. 3-1 pitch. And he walked him. So he's walked two, he's hit a man, and asking for trouble now with Nolan Arenado.
Third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
I think the Diamondbacks and the Yankees World Series, the one that Bob was a part of and won as a manager.
And then one that we should have been in. Another one.
Might be the best ever. That was
awesome.
The backdrop of 9/11. Young Hun Kim had a couple of blown saves and walk-offs. Yankee Stadium was rocking, the old Yankee Stadium.
What do you have on that? Jeter and Martinez, right?
Oh, yeah. Tina was a part of that.
Tina was awesome. I don't think he's going to take too many pitches this time out.
Luis Gonzalez with the game-winning hit. And our buddy Tim McCarver is behind the mic and said, you better move back your shortstop, because with the cutter of Mariano Rivera, a lot of times left-handed batters will float one over a shortstop right before it happened. Ooh. Arenado hit by the pitch, and the bases are loaded.
I'm going to go with the control. And Mr. Frankoff is a little sketchy. This is a changeup, actually. I was going to say slider, but you can see the changeup in his hand right there. This is just overthrown. 85 miles an hour. Is just a little firm for a changeup.
And Yachty will hit with the bases loaded. You'll start hearing the chants of Yachty in Arizona.
You know Joe Mazzola, right?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Well, tonight is his birthday. Or actually, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Tonight is Nancy, his wife's birthday. Happy birthday, Nancy Mazzola. And by the way, she was a ball girl in the early 1980s.
Yeah, and she's also a saint.
Yeah, what's she doing with him?
Just saying.
What's she doing with him? Happy birthday, Nancy.
Base hit Molina. 1 run in. Here comes another. The throw not in time. Ball gets away. Molina hustling to second base. Throw down there, and he's in there safely. He's driven in all three tonight. 3-0 St. Louis.
I'm going to have to go with that slide at second base. Hurt. Yachty's stretching it out. Nice job again. Being aggressive. I don't know what they're doing here. Every time there's guys on base, he's going after that first pitch. Knows you're trying to get ahead. Goldie busting all the way around, and Yachty taking advantage. What's a slide at second, though? Oh.
It's a base hit. 2 RBI. E7 on the play to allow Molina to get to second base. Third game this season. 3 runs batted in for Yachty. His season high is 4. We're only in the third. Runners at second and third. 3-0. O'Neill with a drive. Left center. And that ball is down. 1 run in. That's Arenado. Here comes Yachty. He'll score. 5-0 Cardinals. Big series for Tyler O'Neill. Yachty read that all the way. He was on the heels of Nolan Arenado. And it brings in Edmundo Sosa. Sosa hits it up the middle. Tough play here.
Close.
And he's safe. It's an infield hit. Runners at the corners for Justin Williams. The Cardinals have 2 infield hits.
He's got hustle right here, straight out of the box. He knows he has a chance. If he makes this, or it's not even close. Look at that. This is one of those things when you're sitting in the dugout for the Diamondbacks and you look up and say, what just happened?
And also, here we go again.
Well, you don't have anyone throwing in the bullpen yet because it happens so fast. And you're only in the, what, 3rd inning.
Arizona has dropped 22 of 26 in the month of May. 1 loss shy of matching the most losses in any single month in Diamondbacks history. They went 5-23 in July of 2004. During this losing streak, their starter ERA is 6. They failed to get through 7 innings 5 times during this streak, the starters, so their bullpen has been taxed. It just all adds up. Now Justin Williams, and ball 1. Little chopper hit slowly to the right side. That'll score a run, and Williams makes it 6-0, scoring Tyler O'Neill.
Little small ball right there to add a run. It's not exactly what he was looking for, but everyone's hustling. Just happened to hit the ball just slow enough for the Diamondbacks not to turn a double play and get an RBI.
Wainwright grounded to third, his first time up.
This is your homer coming up right here. If he gets a fastball. Saw what happened last time.
This has got to feel odd for Waino. He entered the season with a total of 13 runs of support in his games. He's been pitching in those tight games, and now he's got a 6-run lead.
Yeah, they normally save the runs for Jack.
Yeah,
but that's why it's been a little bit tough on him. I mean, the ERA is nice, and a little upper 3s, but 2 and 4 is definitely not where he should be right now as far as the record.
1 ball and 1 strike. Got the 2nd lowest run support average in the National League, just over 2. And the Cardinals have given him 6 tonight. 2 or fewer runs of support in 8 of his 9 starts. For his last 21, his career long is 0 for 22. And the 2-1 into the turf of the outfield, and the catch is made by Rojas. Big inning for the Cardinals. They put up a 5 spot, and it's 6-0. Chase Field in Arizona. Roof is open tonight. Looks to be just a gorgeous night. We're in our studios here in St. Louis. We're in St. Louis in this Memorial Day weekend. It's been a little chilly, partner.
I think a lot chilly.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, 95 degrees in Arizona with what, 8% humidity when the sun goes down. It's about as nice as it gets.
Pretty nice. Waino just getting out to the mound, and we got to tell you about Cardinals vacations. They are back. Join them in Cleveland. That's July 25th through the 29th. You get baseball, football, rock and roll. Package includes 4 nights hotel, game tickets, excursion to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, winery lunch, tickets to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and more. Book at cardinals.com/vacations. Call 800-892-7687. The Reverend Isaac Bruce headed to Canton.
Yes.
Long overdue.
Great guy.
Torrey Holt will be there soon enough. You got Warner there. You got Falk
that
there.
Team, I think.
Pace is there. Man, were they so much fun to watch. Take a look at the Cardinal defense tonight. And we highlight Yadier Molina behind the plate. Battery mates again with Adam Wainwright. Arenado, Sosa, Edman, Goldschmidt on the infield. O'Neill, Carlson, Williams in the outfield. Nick Ahmed reached base safely in 9 of his last 17 plate appearances. .529 on base percentage. Stephen Vogt, and then the pitcher spot. First pitch is a strike from Waino. Still go back to the sporting news with you, Chris Pronger, and Kurt Warner on the cover. Best sports city, St. Louis.
That was cool. That was right when I got here too.
Did you guys all shoot that together? You know, sometimes they can superimpose it.
There was some superimposing going on.
Gotcha.
Because there's a pretty good chance at any given day of the year, one of the three of us was at work.
That's what I'm thinking.
And unavailable.
Well, we have 2 Hall of Famers on that. You're a Cardinal Hall of Famer. And I've made the case many times. And I know a lot of writers and people in baseball watch these late night games, take a harder look at Jimmy Edmonds.
Tell you what, that was right too. And Kurt just got done winning the Super Bowl, and Chris just got done winning the MVP. And I think maybe they won the what's it when they the best team in the
President's
Trophy. I think in 2000 maybe.
Yep.
And then we started the playoff run. So yes, it was a lot of fun those few years in early 2000s.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Third strikeout for Adam Wainwright.
See what he did right there. He didn't throw the fastball that runs back. He threw the four-seamer out there this time. And as a hitter, you panic because you think it's going to run back. And it ended up actually running away a little bit. And so you get the strikeout.
Stephen Vogt, catcher, batting .184. Maybe wondering about Carson Kelly. He had a broken toe, so he came off the injured list. They've been very careful about how much he's played. He's come off the bench as a pinch hitter, got a start last night, and with Kim going tomorrow, lefty on the mound, very well could see him. 0-1 pitch. And if not for the worst owner in the history of professional sports, football team would still be here in St. Louis.
I've heard you say that before.
It's a fact. The 0-2 pitch. Ground ball hit up the middle, backhanded. And the play is made by Tommy Edman.
How amazing would that football team be right now if the Enterprise people had owned football instead of having to put the soccer team in
and
there.
They were trying to get it done with the stadium, and Dave Peacock did a remarkable job of trying to make sure it was going to get done.
A thriving football city right now.
It's a lot more than sports, what it means to a town, and the charitable aspect of it, the civic pride in it, ripped away for no apparent reason.
I mean, there was a reason.
Well, I mean, if you want to
go, the money, right? I think that was what it was, right?
Just a little.
Just a little money.
But I think you know where I'm going with this.
I'm with you.
Curveball, and it swung on and missed. The Enterprise people have stepped up and brought MLS to St. Louis. That stadium is going up rapidly. The 1-2. Check swing. Six nothing our score. Cardinals picked up a run in the first and 5 more in the top half of this inning. The 3-2 pitch. Wow. And he walked him. First base runner tonight for the Diamondbacks is the pitcher.
Second baseman, Josh Rojas.
Frankoff at first. He gave up 5 runs in 4 innings. 7-1 loss to Colorado last Friday. Wainwright, by the way, in 14 career starts against the Diamondbacks is 10-4. Think about the sports ownership in this town now with the DeWitts, the Enterprise folks with the Blues, and with MLS and Tom Stillman. Solid.
Tell you what, you get a minute to
take the money out of it. It is a civic responsibility and what it means to a town.
You get a minute to spend with Mr. Stillman, and you'll see what a passionate
he loves
sports fan he is. It is so awesome to be around.
How about Mr. DeWitt getting all the minor league box scores every day and the reports, scouring those? How many owners do you think are doing that?
None. That's why they hire people. He's a lifer, though, man. He's been doing this since he was a little man, little boy.
You ever seen the picture with he and Babe Ruth?
Incredible. And couldn't be a better man, person, owner, boss.
Absolutely.
Friend.
Swing and a miss. All those things. 4 strikeouts for Waino, and it's 6-0. And celebrate with us. You'll take home the Lucy edition of the Peanuts Night, and that's June 8th and 9th when the Cardinals take on the Cleveland Indians. Interleague play back at the ballpark. Full capacity is coming up June 14th. Single game tickets, all the theme nights are now available for you as we get back to what we're accustomed to. Grab those tickets and come on down. You'll enjoy it.
I was just looking at that date, see if I was working or not, and I'm not. So I was going to come to the game because I want to see it, and I'm going to be in Panama City with a baseball tournament, so I'm going to miss it, but can't wait to see the highlights.
I was in the seats on Sunday night, and I'm telling you, it was a different feel at the ballpark. Just a normal game, Sunday night game, but man, the fans are into it, Jimmy.
That's what my daughter said. She said it was amazing.
It's just excitement for them to be back, join it with their families, their friends, seeing old friends, which is a lot of what's going on right now. I've heard from so many season ticket holders that said, yeah, the game was great. It was wonderful to be there. I miss being at the ballpark. As Edman hits a fly ball into right field, but they miss their friends.
Well, you think about how much time you spend at work. Well, this is how much time these people spend together watching baseball, and then probably don't really know each other outside of the stadium.
Reconnecting with friends, ushers that they've known for years.
We need Dylan to get a hit. Can only line out so many times and not get frustrated.
I thought that was happening so much when he first came up and then got into a hole.
And then he started swinging harder and harder.
Fly ball, broke back on it, and making the catch, that's Smith. 2 away here in the top of the 4th. In steps Goldschmidt, who has singled and also walked.
It's a hanging changeup right here. He just got out in front of.
And that pitch catches the outside corner. The 0-1. Curveball taken high. 1 ball, 1 strike. So we've been trying to get a opening day 2.0.
Yes, I'm a big fan.
Love to see it.
I would love to see like the first game after the All-Star break. Opening day 2.0.
Cardinals are home, and I think they're the first half of July. They're basically on the road the whole time, and then you come home with a long homestand. Start off the second half. Logistics aren't easy, trying to get everybody back in town for that one date with the Hall of Famers and whatnot.
I think that's why it's 2.0. You're gonna do the best you can, but you give it the fans, the Clydesdales and the guys getting introduced again. And no, you do the best you can with who can get here and who can't, but nonetheless.
Now, it's easy for us to say we should do this.
It's for the fans. It's not for us. And it may be for maybe Nolan Arenado. Maybe just
That's a good idea.
Maybe just put him in the car by himself.
Nolan
okay,
2.0.
everyone take your positions. Just Nolan, you go around in the car.
3-2. And that'll find the seats out of play. I think you're going to start seeing a lot of crowds around 30, 35,000, and then maybe the occasional sellout as we go along in the second half.
You know what I've noticed too, just as a fan and then doing this job and kind of reading into the stats and stuff, they don't really put the attendance on some of the stuff in the highlights and then on the computers and the apps as much as they used to, because they're kind of still trying to figure out what to do and how many people and how do you
Yeah.
I just thought that was interesting. The first couple of days we've done games earlier in the year that it was just kind of like couldn't really tell how many people were in the stands. Wasn't it? We were in Chicago just last week, and I said, "There's no way that's only 14,000 people."
I have noticed, and maybe our viewers have as well, how engaged the fans have been, how into the games, how loud they get. As Arenado hits a check swing back to the pitcher, and the Cardinals will strand a runner, their fourth of the night, midway through 4, and it's 6-0. That is tomorrow. Catch up with Alex Reyes, take a train ride with the Cardinals, and hear what it means to Yadi to have his mom at the ballpark. All on the next Cardinals Insider tomorrow at 2 here on Bally Sports Midwest. Kicks off our coverage of Cardinals baseball. Yadi's mom was in the stands for Mother's Day, and he had a big day against the Rockies. So through the lineup, here it is. Second time has kind of been the one that's been a problem for Adam Wainwright. Third time through, very good. First time through, you'll take 2.79 ERA.
Tell you what, that third time through, he starts to sniff it, doesn't he?
Yep, that's what you notice.
Closing time.
I thought on Sunday the strike zone was pretty wide last time that Adam was on the mound, and when you're a pitcher and you're getting those corners, what do?
Well, I just keep going out there, maybe even a little bit wider.
Yeah, and that's what he did. Took advantage of it.
Hey, I got one for you.
What you got?
Opening day 2.0. I got one more guy that's going to ride around the cars with Arenado, and I'm going to say this guy's been here for a while and has never probably been in the truck. Yadi Molina.
There you go.
Well, maybe he gets the day off and then he gets to ride around for the first time. Just saying. No days off, but it was a point brought to me, and I thought it was interesting. Nonetheless, I'd just like to see him play and do the opening day 2.0 anyways.
The 3-1 pitch. And a full count. Ketel, Marte, then Escobar and Peralta. (3-2). Hit sharply to second baseman Tommy Edman. Escobar struck out looking back in the first. Wainwright has walked 1 and struck out 4. Big curveball drops in for his strike.
It's a big one right there. That's the get me over. And then the one to put you away is going to be down at your feet.
Pretty well hit out to deep right field. Off the base of the wall. Dug out by Williams. Escobar on his way to second. And stops there with the first hit for the Diamondbacks tonight. So the 1-out double, and here is David Peralta. Curveball in there for a strike. And the 1-1 pitch. Just flip it up that breaking ball.
Well, the thing that he's doing too, Danny, he's throwing fastballs in. So that's getting the hitters to think about that fastball in. Think about the eye level right there. Fastball in, chest high, and then all of a sudden the curveball is backdoor, starts away from the plate and comes back down around the plate. So once you start throwing fastballs in, hitter has to look for that.
Gets him to reach, and there's Sosa just behind the bag at second, taking him over to the second base side. Advancing on the play, Escobar to third. Here's Christian Walker. He was dealing with an oblique and has just returned to the lineup for Arizona. Walker flied to left his first time up. 2 outs, runner at third. Hanging breaking ball lifted to left, racing in. O'Neill's got it! What a catch, Tyler O'Neill! What a play from the Cardinal left fielder. And what a play moments ago from the Cardinal left fielder, Tyler O'Neill.
Yeah, he goes hard all the way after this ball. Got a good jump on it. That little back of the wrist on the warning track is definitely not going to feel good.
It's Molina, O'Neill, Sosa. Yadier Molina, 2-out RBI back in the first, and a single picked up. 2 runs batted in the third. 2-hit night. He's driven in 3. Nissan drives of the game, Yadier Molina. So with 2 outs in the first inning. And then did it again in the third with the bases loaded. Oh-2 pitch. Shallow right, and backing up the second baseman, Rojas. And the first out here in the 5th inning.
Left fielder Tyler O'Neill.
Tyler O'Neill, 2-run double back in the third. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Great catch and a strikeout. Curveball drops in for his strike.
Tell you what, Seth Frankoff is making a little bit of an adjustment, throwing some more strikes, a little bit more command, throwing that pitch up there on purpose. Probably come back with another breaking ball right here, but problem with that is you've not been around this league long enough to know if he misses with this breaking ball, it might end up over there by TGI Fridays, if that's still up there.
Restaurant located just outside the ballpark.
Field.
O'Neill again, left center, goodbye. 3 home runs in this series.
I don't know. What do you think? Pretty good call. Little hanging slider right there. There it is. Just as we talked about it.
Just as you talked about it.
But, you know, you're here too. So
but I get to set up, because if you say that, I get on the edge of my seat and I get ready to call that home run. When he hits him, doesn't he? Wow. 7-0 Cardinals. And a pitch taken high by Sosa.
Let's watch Sosa's at bat a little bit closer than what we've been talking about tonight, as far as see about where they set up and if he swings at the ball in off the plate. He was set up inside off the plate the first time. He didn't throw it where he wanted to, but you could see that Sosa was opening up a little bit early, and then the slider right there, he opened up a little bit early. So I think he thinks that they're going to pitch him inside, but sometimes you get over anxious and you chase.
Breaking ball catches the top of the strike zone, 450 feet off the bat of O'Neill. Got him to chase there, and a strikeout of Sosa, the 4th of the night for this right-hander.
So they're saying that ball went as far as the ball that he hit 40 feet above that off the scoreboard. And then also that ball went 40 feet further than they originally gave it. We're missing something here. It's a pretty good curveball right here, by the way. And you know why he swings at that ball, right? He's looking for something inside. And he sped him up enough to throw that ball in the dirt.
Crowd tonight of 17,834. 17,834. New season high in terms of a road crowd for the Cardinals. Just over 17,000.
Keep
close
going
to
up.
18.
I'm still dumbfounded by the distances that they gave us.
Mixture of exit velocity, launch angle, spots that they have marked in the ballpark, and they come up, they jumble it all up, and then
they
there you go.
Flip the coin, and then they land on heads, and here you go.
Cardinals, after this series, head to Los Angeles. 2 of the 3 games listed to start for the Dodgers. Trevor Bauer in game 1, Walker Buehler in game 3. Jack Flaherty will go for St. Louis in game 1. So you got Flaherty and Bauer game 1. That should be fun.
And in LA.
There's the great Willie McGee.
A little stash working.
When you see him like that, I mean, that takes me back to like 1985. That's the Willie I've seen. Jimmy, he was so much fun to watch.
I can imagine. Flying around.
Oh, could he run?
Base paths.
And hit bad pitches, defend.
It's a great take right there. Change up. 3-2 count. The 7-0 lead. Normally you just think fastball's coming, but that's the tough spot about hitting in the 8-hole.
People ask us about the humility of Willie McGee. I say it can't be that much, and it's like, no, it's really that much and more.
It's legit.
He's as humble as they come. Here's Waino. Strike 1. Popped up and out of play. Nothing in 2. And a swing and a miss. Couple of strikeouts in the inning. 5 tonight for the right-hander of
everyone laughing at him.
The Arizona Diamondbacks. An O'Neill home run. 3 games in Arizona, 3 bombs. St. Louis Cardinals baseball on Valley Sports Midwest is brought to you by Ford, the official car and truck of the Cardinals. 7-0 our score, and let's check in with Jimmy.
Danny, the big guns in the Cardinal bullpen have gotten a little breather, thanks in part to Daniel Ponce de Leon. Ponce has posted back-to-back saves. He's been really effective since returning from a shoulder issue, and he told me he loves pitching in those high-leverage situations out of the pen. Ponce told me, you have to get hot quickly and be ready to go. There's no time to think, which I like. He said the leverage situations helped him in another way. He told me it made me take the safety net off my shoulder. I was babying it, but in those situations, it's do or die, so I just let it fly. And Dan Ponce is throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. His strikeout rate is way up. He's been really, really good.
All right, Jimmy, as always, thanks. And we talked about it the other night that it gave him a shot, maybe just to grab something positive, which has been an up and down season for him. Remember, he had a couple of starts that did not go his way. One did not get out of the second inning, and so he's moved to the bullpen. Then he was injured. Then he comes back. And sometimes, and we've been doing this a long time, you know this, Jimmy, as well as anybody, you just need a game or a moment that clicks for you.
Well, you got to be thrown into the fire. You know, sometimes if you're not feeling great and you're in a game you're mopping up, or you're just things aren't going your way, you can kind of just get out there and play at 85% and not really get that fire in your chest again. And all of a sudden, when the game's on the line, everything changes. And when you're successful in that spot, opens up everything again.
There's Pavin Smith. He was robbed by Paul Goldschmidt back in the second inning.
I'm telling you, this guy is on fire right now. You got to be careful.
Seeing the ball well and hitting rockets everywhere.
He's got 2 hits the first 2 nights in a row, and then a missile his first at bat today.
Tell me you see a little Chris Duncan there.
I saw that
left-handed
last night
swinger.
when you talked about it.
The facial hair. We miss our buddy Chris Duncan.
Yes, we do. Still stay in touch with Amy Duncan, Chris's wife.
Curveball goes down to get it at a base hit.
I can't do any wrong right now, can he?
Nothing you can do about that. Good piece of hitting. Drops in for a base hit, and the second of the night for Arizona. I have heard more from Cardinal personnel this year about when describing Yadi and Waino, which is not only are they doing it well on the field. They were the two best players, by the way, in spring. But they've said, you know what, you just don't take them for granted. Don't take for granted what we're seeing every fifth day with Waino and watching this guy play every day. There's a lot to be said about that. He's got 2,000 games plus as a catcher. And to do it in one organization is remarkable. And these two are still at a high level, very high level. It's remarkable.
Well, like you said, you know who works hard and who doesn't. This will show you right here. Guys are still going strong at this age. Not an accident.
Here's an 0-1 pitch to Nick Ahmed. I do wonder, though, in sports, and I'm curious what you think about this. I mean, Tom Brady is still Tom Brady. He's winning Super Bowls. You look at guys in hockey that are playing till 39, 40, 41, 42. And there's been outliers of players that have done it in the past. But we're seeing it be a little bit more prevalent. I just wonder if that's where we're getting in sports, where guys have learned to take care of their bodies even better. Better ways to take care of their bodies, as the technology and workouts and things of that nature have really improved. How they recover. If this is something that's going to be more of the norm than the outlier.
Yeah, I think that you're right on both accounts. Guys are bigger, faster, stronger, better ways to take care of their body, more knowledge. They're hiring more people to go in the direction of whatever is needed and not just one guy taking care of everyone. There's just so much out there now. And then now also you got a guy like Adam who also has everything in his fingertips as far as scouting reports, and you just got to go out there and make your pitches. Stay healthy, obviously, but there's all kinds of reasons and things that, you know, maybe he understands something a little bit more than most people do. And Yadi obviously is one of the greatest of all time, so there's a good combination right there.
Check swing, and he did go on the 2-2. Five strikeouts tonight for Adam Wainwright, the BJC Healthcare difference maker. Struck out 2 in the first, 2 in the third, and now has 1 here in the fifth. He's allowed 2 hits. Both have won the Roberto Clemente Award for their humanitarian efforts away from the white lines, playing between the white lines and what they've done in their communities. Wainwright, the most recent. He told me the other day one of the best parts about winning that award was a friend of his is a card collector, has a mint condition Roberto Clemente card. And we were FaceTiming actually, and he showed me the card. He said, this one means so much to me that my friend would give this up. And his friend said the only way I'd give it up is if it was going to someone special that had done something in his honor and his name, and gave it to Adam Wainwright. That's pretty cool. It's prominently displayed at his trophy case. Here's a 2-0 pitch to Stephen Vogt. High fly ball into deep right field. Williams back at the wall, and it's gone. And the Diamondbacks get on the board. 2-run homer by Vogt, his 4th of the year.
Well, that's the thing right there. It's 7-0. You got a 2-0 count. You're just trying to throw a strike. And the hitter knows the same thing, so he's going to try and swing with everything he's got. And looked like maybe a little cutter that just didn't move much. Pretty good swing right there.
Castro will pinch hit for Francoff. That is the first home run the Cardinals have allowed in the 3 games in this series, which is a bit surprising. The ball flies as we've seen out of that ballpark.
Well, they've done a nice job of keeping the ball down and moving the ball around, and they've been pitching pretty well. Everyone up and down.
And a breaking ball and a strike to LeCastro. Left-hander Alex Young throwing in the bullpen for Arizona. The 1-1. Take an eye, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Can't wait for that matchup on Monday. Trevor Bauer, Jack Flaherty. Bauer is 5-3. Last year won the Cy Young Award with the Reds.
Well, the good news is you're going to get to watch it very closely. Right here next to me.
Up and in, and he walked him. Second walk issued by Adam Wainwright.
You want to know what's interesting?
I always want to know.
Not that was a big deal, but that was just the second time through the lineup right there. Gave up the 2 runs.
So let's see what he does here. Well, third time through.
Stat was saying, what was that ERA? It was almost in the 7s, wasn't it?
Second time through.
Second time through, yes. And third time through, I think it was about 1.65, if I'm not mistaken.
There's Josh Rojas. He is 0 for 2. And a strike. Bounce to Goldschmidt. Out there, the return throw, and not in time. You can see Wainwright, he was going to go to the bag, and that's why I think Sosa hesitated.
Yeah, but you know what? I'll take this right here. And goalie doesn't get the ball out of his glove, which is fine. But then you see Sosa right there is like, who am I throwing this ball to?
Yeah.
And also, don't throw the ball away. You don't need to throw the ball away there. You don't have to have that out, even though clearly it would be nice. But you can't make mistakes.
And that's fouled back.
Just missing a little bit more than he was earlier. Getting himself a little behind. A couple counts here and there, and like I said, with that lead, you have to throw strikes, and that's when you get hurt. As long as you keep the damage to a minimum, it'd be fine.
The 2-1 pitch to Marte, who was struck out and grounded out. You just don't see. I mean, it happens occasionally, but very often that guys square up that breaking ball.
Now,
you know, we've seen a lot of foul balls, ground balls off that. Now he's going to give up a home run or two. Ball gets hung up. You know, he'll flip one up there. Doesn't have the sharp break, but he doesn't get a lot of hard contact off that.
And to be honest with you, as much as he throws it, hitters are just 18 for 94 off of his curveball. That's a 191 average. So you're right. Guys don't square it up very often.
3-2 the count.
I was ready for that one for you. I was ready.
You were.
I was on
literally
that one.
at your fingertips. Normally I just bounce it right to you, and you know.
And then I bounce it back to you, so because you always know everything.
I don't though.
Well,
so
you have it all.
I got to bounce it to you. There it is again. That's what I'm talking about. That pitch right there.
Well, that's the one that when he's going well, that's where the pitch ends up. It ends up right where almost Yachty can't catch it. It's like right at his feet, kind of right at the back of the plate. If it's catchable for Yachty, kind of in the middle of the zone, that's the one that just stays up there a little too long, and guys can square that one up.
Three and two the count. Runner off with the pitch. Marte hitless tonight, and the Diamondbacks are 3 so far. There's the curveball and a swing and a miss. I don't know how many times we've said that over the years. Curveball, swing and a miss. Adam Wainwright. Top of the lineup coming up. This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Cardinals and not to be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the St. Louis Cardinals. 7-2 our score. Wainwright threw 5. He's allowed 3 hits. Tyler O'Neill, another home run, his 3rd in as many games. Yadier Molina has driven in 3. Francoff, the starter for the Diamondbacks, went 5. Escobar 1 for 2 with a double. Stephen Vogt, the home run to get the Diamondbacks on the board. Chevy called to the pen. Alex Young, left-hander, is in. Since 2019, he has the lowest slugging percentage against, 3rd lowest average against, 124 off his curveball. So let's take a look at this guy's curveball, Jimmy.
Alrighty.
We didn't see him last year as teams played within their divisions. That's the fastball. 92 at the knees to Tommy Edman. Hit by a pitch, scored a run in the first, single to right, also flied out to right.
Well, he's got fastball, slider, curveball, and change. The fastball is only 90, so the curveball is going to be a weapon. 93 there, though.
Hit to short. Nick Ahmed throws it away. It's another error. Edman to the bag.
That's why you can never trust these scouting reports. You got to see it for yourself. I'd be frustrated if someone told me he threw 90 and I got a 93-mile-an-hour fastball in the hands.
It's the 2nd error committed by Arizona tonight. But it does bring up a great point where there is a fine line of how much video I think you want to watch in a game, and the scouting reports, and going to the iPad, and then going to a player. Let's just say Tommy Edman grounded out there, and you're coming up and you're saying, hey, you saw the fastball.
What did it look like?
Yeah.
Was it 93? Was it harder than 93? Did it jump?
So you got to be able to take it all in, and it's a jumbled mess of a lot of great information, but figure it out.
You just said it the best. It is a jumbled mess.
And a strike to Carlson, who is lined out, grounded into a fielder's choice, and also flied to right.
I'll tell you what you want. If you don't know a guy, you want to see maybe a pitch or two, the movement, velocity, and does he throw strikes? Is he going to come right after me? to throw strikes in a certain situation, or is he the guy that's going to try to get yourself out?
Carlson is hitting .333 this side of the plate with a home run. And the 1-1. Hit to Ahmed. The turn, not in time. June 4th through the 6th, Cardinals host the Reds. 10,000 fans ages 16 and older receive an adult mystery player replica road alternate blue jersey. Could get the Young, Flaherty, Michaelis courtesy of Old Dominion Freight Line, and tickets at cardinals.com/promotions. Goldie on base 3 times tonight. Singled and a pair of walks. So all time at this ballpark, he's first in homers, 101. First in walks, second in doubles, second in runs batted in. Luis Gonzalez had his number retired by their organization, leads in doubles and RBI. The 1-0 pitch.
Really rushes that changeup, doesn't he? It's like he just wants to get it out of his hand.
But that's what we're talking about. Seeing that. We could read about that, but you got to see it too.
Yeah, when you got to explain it a little bit. It's really funny. Sometimes guys will come set with a fastball and they'll take their time a little bit and get a good grip and throw it like so. A little bit of a, I don't know what that is, like a little slider, cutter, whatever. Doesn't do much. And then sometimes they'll come up with a changeup grip, and man, they won't set for more than a half a split second and go. It's really weird when you see patterns like that.
2-1 pitch.
Might have been guessing something different right there.
How many guys guess, you think, today?
I don't know. I am so out of touch with being around that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And guys are, hitters are afraid to talk about what they, they go through personally, because if I always had this feeling that if you were to speak up in a situation like that, you have 2 things that I always worry about. One, everyone says it's easy for you, you're doing well, or what are you talking about, you're not doing it either. And it's not even that, it's just basically like giving advice.
3-2, chop towards short. The turn, and got him.
So I think it's always been a fine line to, how much you talk about and what you talk about in there.
Cardinals do not challenge, and it's 7-2. On tap, it's Kim and Peacock tomorrow. Remember, Matt Peacock was supposed to start in Game 1. He fell ill, so he'll go in the finale of this series tomorrow. We're on the air at 2:30. Cardinals Insider at 2 on Bally Sports Midwest. Matt Peacock was a 27-year-old out of South Alabama. He had 1 Division I scholarship offer. 1. And here he is in the big leagues. Breaking ball taken outside. We're underway here in the home half of the 6th.
That was 1 more than I had.
And a lot of people.
That's what happens when you go from throwing 93 to 83 and tear your shoulder up.
Well, this time last year, Matt Peacock was working on the family mill. Wasn't even a part of their alternate site when those teams finally got it going. He has an interesting distinction in his debut. It was an extra inning win, so he got the win in extra innings in his debut and got a hit, and that had not happened since 1945. There's a curveball, and that's hit into the seats.
A little bit out front.
So we'll see the 23rd round pick by the Arizona Diamondbacks go tomorrow. Peacock and Kim, and we're on the air at 2:30. 3-2 pitch to Escobar. Tails back in and missed. Third walk handed out by Adam Wainwright. Join us for a midweek interleague series at Busch. June 8th and 9th, Cardinals take on the Indians. Each day, 10,000 fans entering with a ticket receive a Cardinals bucket hat. Get your bucket hat. Jimmy will be using that to go fishing. And you can look like Jim Edmonds fishing in style.
Wearing it right now. I'll tell you what, I was going to ask you this, and I didn't want to sound like I didn't know what was going on because I was out of town for a little bit. But the Yeti is a giveaway, and I don't know if it's been given away yet, but I saw them floating around the stadium. And so the new thing is, you know, there's the Yetis, but now there's Yachties, and we have them. I kind of snuck a couple out of there one day, and so I took our Yachty down to Mexico with us, and I sent him a couple pictures. I'm telling you it now. If you have a chance to go to the game when they're giving away the Yachties, you have to go get one.
Is that like the tumbler?
It's a tumbler.
A tumbler is coming. I can tell you that.
It's insane. It's just, I mean, it's the new thing. There's going to be no more Yeti. It's going to be Yachties. They're Yachties now.
Apparently, it's June 25th and the 26th.
It's right before my birthday.
I'm going to get you some tumblers.
I need a bunch.
How many? Now, be realistic here.
Well, like 40 for my family.
Realistic here.
For the kids, just for the kids.
There's a ground ball and past the diving Tommy Edman into center. Great hustle by Peralta to get to second base. So that'll be a double for David Peralta, and it's second and third for Christian Walker coming up. That is a double. Look at this.
You run hard, anything can happen. That's running right there.
Yeah, I mean, Carlson played it fine.
So this is what a Yachty looks like on the beach of Cancun.
Did Yachty text you back?
Oh yeah. He gave me the thumbs up. It's like the American Express card for me now. Don't leave home without it.
I got you. I'm sure you were drinking a lot of coffee out of that. While we have a moment, quick word from Great Southern Bank.
Did your favorite song move you a little too much? Hey, it happens. When it's time for a breather, you can turn your debit card on or off right from your phone with the Great Southern mobile app, all without missing a beat.
So the visit from Mike Maddox. Genesis Cabrera throwing in the Cardinal pen. Did not record an out last time. Once you get the rest with a guy that's been pitching as well as he has, you know this, Jimmy. Mike Schilt wants to get him right back out there. He'll do that with any pitcher.
He's another one of those guys we talked about last night. He's got to throw. You know, he's got to throw. He's got to keep the feel. I think his biggest problem has been control in the past. And sometimes when you have too much time between your games, you get a little too strong. And who doesn't like to throw hard? These guys start to overthrow a little bit and lose a lot of strikes, and we've seen what happens. You can't walk guys at the big leagues no matter how hard you throw.
Walker is 2 for 23. Runners in scoring position, considered one of their top prospects a year or two ago.
I just got the best news of the day. I am
working. 40
working.
tumblers coming your way.
I am working on that day.
Awesome.
So if the last couple thousand people don't get theirs, then know where they're at. They're at my house. Back up the truck.
Somehow I think we'll be giving the tumbler away. 1 ball and 1 strike here on Walker. Fly to left and then was robbed by Tyler O'Neill with a diving catch on the line. The 1-1. Curveball hit up the middle. Base hit. One run is in. Here comes another. And here come the Diamondbacks. 7-4. Cardinals jumped out to a 7-0 lead, and now Arizona's picked up 4 of their own. And Mike Schilt will go to his bullpen. That'll be it for Adam Wainwright. Pitches into the 6th. 7-4. Cabrera coming in. To benefit children in the community, purchase a 50-50 raffle ticket. Weekly raffles open every Monday, run through Sunday. One lucky winner wins 50% of the pot each week. You must be in the state of Missouri at the time of purchase. Visit cardinals.com/5050 for tickets. So let's see if your theory on Cabrera is true tonight, which was a couple of days ago. He pitched, did not record an out, and we know he's a hard thrower, and he's been awfully good this year. The Chevy called to the pen with a 1.82 ERA.
I mean, look at that ERA. I mean, this is a guy with potential, and the only time he struggles, I believe, is just with walks. And whether it be being too strong or trying to throw too hard, you don't have to do that lefty-lefty. You just have to make your pitches. Those strikes.
And a base hit by Pavin Smith. Cardinals can't get him out. Throwing to third, and it's runners at the corners and nobody out.
We talked about that yesterday. I don't know if I'd pitch to him anymore. And I know this isn't the playoffs, but wow. This guy's hitting everything on the nose. It doesn't matter who's throwing. But here's the thing, too. You just can't throw the fastball down the middle. And that's pretty much middle in to a guy who's hot as can be. Not really sure what Justin Williams was doing right there. It didn't seem like he was expecting a first to third.
More important to keep the double play in order, isn't it?
Yeah, I keep the ball down, but I'm thinking if he charges hard right there, that guy doesn't run, and if he does, he throws him out.
Oh. Thank goodness he's all right.
And a good thing that was not a fastball.
Absolutely.
I don't know what just happened there.
Time granted, and granted late apparently.
You know, it's usually you don't see the catcher take his eyes off of everyone like that. And that is just perfect timing.
So did the hitter.
And he's like, whoa. That gave me a little wake-up call right there. That scared me a little bit. I thought if he throws a fastball right here, we're in trouble. Think about that. Crazy how many things you can see in the game going really fast.
Good pitch. One ball and one strike. Breaking ball taken low and away.
You know, when you look at that again, you can kind of see Yachty hear the umpire maybe say timeout or tell him hold on, but doesn't yell it loud enough to get the pitcher's attention. Therefore, Yachty's already heard, hitter's already heard, and then he yells it a little bit louder as it's too late, and therefore almost gets somebody killed.
2-1 pitch inside, 3-1. 3-1 pitch to Nick Ahmed. Fastball in there for a strike. Just apparently caught the inside corner. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
This guy's so nasty.
Tough night for Ahmed, his third strikeout, first for Cabrera.
I was going to say, I don't know if that's a changeup or a slider. That's how much action he has on his ball.
Stephen Vogt is homered tonight. 2-run homer off of Wainwright. That got the Diamondbacks on the board. Back in inning number 5. It's now a 7-4 game. Said it a bunch this year. He is an uncomfortable at bat, left or right, but certainly if you're a left-handed batter. Vogt has done his damage in terms of average against lefties this year. The 1-0 curveball.
I think he can throw that 3 times in a row, and I don't think he's going to hit it. To be honest with you, if you can throw that for a strike against the lefty, that is so big. That is just so hard to stay on. Lefty, lefty.
The 2-0 pitch. 3-0. Fastball in there. He's giving that side of the plate.
Yeah, he definitely is. And you know what? It's hard to call that curveball a strike. And I totally understand that, even though it goes through the zone, because it's going around the plate on that side. Has a better chance of probably getting that breaking ball in that exact same spot for a strike on the other side than he does on the inside.
And he walked him. And the bases will be loaded. They're stretching out in the Cardinal bullpen. Right-hander getting loose for Arizona. Boy, it's got the feel of the first 2 games, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. It's a win-win right there for a left-handed hitter. Not really even have to swing the bat.
And here comes Mike Maddox. No one up and throwing yet for St. Louis in the bullpen. So this is Cabrera now. Came in, first batter he saw was Pavin Smith, base hit to right. Struck out Nick Ahmed, walks Vogt. And Domingo Leyba has been announced as the pinch hitter. He's a switch hitter. Adam Olson there on the left. Adam Wainwright, tonight's starter. First career at bat with the bases loaded for Leyba. One out, bases loaded, and the first pitch. That's a nasty pitch.
That's what I'm talking about. You're telling me a left-hander standing in the box right there is hitting that?
No.
Come on. I think sometimes for lefty on lefties is they just don't have a good spot to aim. You know, now he's got the whole left side of the batter's box to aim. He can overthrow, he can miss. Trying not to hit anyone, so you don't, and you lose your aiming spots against lefties.
And a fly ball to O'Neill coming on, and a strong throw back in, offline a bit, but had all his momentum going forward.
That's nice right there. Look at Adam as he takes a, I don't know, maybe his glove exploded right there. This is perfect for an outfielder, though. He hits it off the end of the bat, and you're coming hard the whole way.
But he broke back at first, it looked like. Yep.
Yeah, you got to stay back, though, and comes in hard. Well, right now, the guy at third's already saying no chance. He makes a strong throw, but look at Adam. He's like, oof. To figure out who took his glove. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
So now it's Rojas, bases loaded and 2 outs. 7-4 our score. Fastball and a strike.
See a lot of stuff every day out here.
Sure do. Fouled back, 0-2.
To see that replay of Tyler throwing that ball, because he threw the ball and is tumbling and already done, and the glove is still on his hand, and then when he gets back up, it's 5 feet away.
Another fastball at 98 elevated. Cabrera trying to send us to the 7th inning and keep this a 3-run Cardinal lead. Arenado, Molina, O'Neill due up. Oh, 0-2 pitch. Doesn't chase. 1-2. What do you think? Go back with a breaking ball or fastball?
Man, I'll tell you what. I'm throwing that, but that breaking ball that he's throwing right now, I'm throwing it at least twice more.
Well, with the fastball hit out of play.
I don't know if maybe, you know, he doesn't bounce a lot of them. He overthrows them a lot, but he's not a guy that I mean, maybe Yachty's a little bit worried about him bouncing one or overthrowing one, but there's reasons why you can go out to the mound and have a little conversations, you know, and like, hey, what do you feel like doing right here? You know, this is the one thing that makes me mad is this is a situation that Yachty would do that. And now everyone's worried about, hey, they're slowing the game down. You can't go out there too much. Well, this is an important part of the game.
This might be your game.
That's what I'm saying. So you're worried about going out there to find out what he wants to throw because you might have to do it later on. It just takes a lot away from, I think, the strategy and getting on the same page.
2-2 the count.
I'll watch a game for an extra 4 minutes because the catcher went out there a couple times. Wow,
Ooh, didn't go. Yeah, Cabrera, that reaction like, ooh, I don't know about that. No, good call.
Oh, good call.
Very good call.
Still got to make pitches.
So he's worth the count full here. 3-2. They're off with this pitch. Ball in the gap. You could have a tie game.
This is a really good at bat by Rojas.
Hit to short. Sosa across the diamond. A strike to Goldschmidt. 7-4 as we head to the 7th. St. Louis Cardinals baseball on Bally Sports Midwest is brought to you by BJC Healthcare, the world's best medicine made better, and by Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Taylor Clark is into the ball game, a right-hander, 6'4", 220. 7-4 is our score as we move to the 7th. Has not allowed a home run in his last 15 games. Honda home run inning. Cardinals hit a home run. The Gateway Honda dealers donate $1,000 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Missouri. Relief pitchers of the Cardinals have stranded their last 9 inherited runners. And it's a 7-4 game. First pitch by Taylor Clark. Driven out to deep right field, but backing up to make the play is Smith, and it's 1 pitch, 1 out.
I'll tell you, as you see the Chevy called to the pen, Taylor Clark.
What do you got for me,
season in
Jim?
22 games, but I was going to say, you know what scares me most about this game these days? Every single baseball hit on the ground, I don't know if it's going to get caught or not, and that is driving me insane. I don't know who's playing where, the shift. Like,
yeah.
You get a ground ball hit at the shortstop and there's no one there. You get a ground ball hit right over the bag at second base and 2 guys are colliding, and then you get a ground ball hit at the shortstop and you're thinking, oh no. And the guy's standing right there, catches it and throws it. Like, my heart can't take it.
You're going to have to
I mean,
take
think
it
about
as
that,
part
though.
of the game.
Every time a ball's hit on the ground, you don't know if there's going to be someone in their position.
Do you remember when the shifts were, you know, you're not far removed from the game. Were you seeing many?
I never saw too many. A little bit. Yeah, shortstops would start playing up the middle. I hit a couple balls that hit off the mound, and I'm thinking, why is he standing there? But I don't know. It's just, I mean, it's hard to watch because, like I said, as a fan, anybody that puts the ball in play, you're thinking, oh no. Because you think the worst, right? Because especially the bases are loaded. Guy squares up a ball. It's just like that play we saw last night at the end of the game. It's a ground ball to the left of the shortstop. What happens? He has to go to his right and come in and throw the guy out.
The 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Molina, big night. Couple of hits, 2 for 3. He's driven in 3. Most runs batted in against the Diamondbacks. Albert Pujols with 65. Next on that list, Yadier Molina. 20 back of him, Scott Rowland. Yadi's smiling and saying, I know what you're going through. There is a special relationship among catchers in the game.
They do have a lot of respect for each other.
You bet. Two. On the ground, left side, gloved by the third baseman Escobar, and with time makes the play. Statcast powered by Google Cloud, and a home run hit by Tyler O'Neill. Solo home run back in the 5th. Home run in 30 of 30 parks. What a shock.
That doesn't happen very often.
Ball was crushed. He's had 3 home runs now in 3 games in Arizona.
Do you remember the time that I'm drawing a blank on the catcher's name? He was in Milwaukee. Blonde-headed kid. He ended up in Houston, I believe, or Anaheim. In Anaheim, and he got ran over, and we were on the plane, and Yachty went ballistic.
I remember the play. I don't remember the name of the player. But yes,
well,
he was fired up.
Fired up, and that just goes to show you, and it's a dangerous position, and you know it's a bond that they have, and you know even a guy that he doesn't know very well, he's going to have his back. So yeah, of course they have a little bit of a bond, and that's one heck of a position to be, you know, playing every day. I mean, we just sit here and watch it.
Just had the anniversary of the Buster Posey play, which did change the collision rules at the plate. Buster Posey, by the way, having a tremendous season. Did not play last year. The 1-1. I was curious about guys that took a year off, like Buster Posey, Lorenzo Cain, guys that had been in the league for a while. They take a year off. I mean, you don't realize that that's a lot.
It can be, yeah. I think depends on, you know, what your work ethic is like and what kind of athlete you are and kind of player you are, really.
2-1 to center, and it's off the glove of Marte. Got to wonder if that ball was knuckling on him a bit, too.
You don't have to wonder.
Okay.
It was knuckling. He's almost ripped off his pants. Look, they're above his knees. This is just hit on the button. And the thing, he has that little uppercut. And so when you square up a ball, look at it run. It just ran from him.
So that's ruled a double for Tyler O'Neill. So 2 doubles and a home run tonight for the Cardinal left fielder.
And now he's about to go bake some cookies.
He could with that
mitt,
protected mitt on the left hand.
And that might have been a giveaway at some point in the last couple years. The oven mitt. Someone sent me a picture of the oven mitt. I didn't know if that was their personal one or if it was a giveaway from a while back.
Well, you showed me that. I think that was a personal one. I don't remember the Cardinal oven mitt. However,
that is a good one, though.
However,
coming soon.
You got it.
To a ballpark near you.
Sounds pretty good. I know Megan Everhart
got a little hint for you.
Watching and listening very intently. Now, she's got little ones at home, but I know she doesn't miss a game. She does a tremendous job with the giveaways. You go crazy over the giveaways.
I think they're fun. You know what? I was somewhere random, and it might have actually been in Mexico. I mean, we have a lot of fans, obviously, and it's amazing to me every time I go to Mexico how many Cardinal fans and Midwest people are there. But we gave away this long sleeve blue Yachty T-shirt with a little hood on it. It was light, thin, and I thought, no, that's going to be junk, you know. And I pulled it out of the bag and I put it on. It was like my favorite shirt ever. Some guy was wearing it by the pool down in Mexico the other day. And I literally wanted to walk up to him and say, my favorite shirt too. But I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
But I'm like, they're great.
Well, you would have been taking a selfie and
year.
then signing autographs if you went over there. Which would have been fine. You're happy to do that.
I don't mind. It's just funny when you're doing it in other countries.
Well, you were wearing the vest the other day.
I'm going to have to start wearing that in here sometimes when the air's on a little high.
Ground ball to short. And so says the final out. We stretch here in game number 3. It's 7-4 Cardinals.
Bottom 7, Cards lead 7-4 in Arizona. A few injury notes to pass along. Andrew Miller had another rehab outing for Memphis today through a scoreless inning with 2 Ks. Mike Schultz says Andrew will be evaluated in St. Louis to determine his next step. Paul DeYoung doing better, according to Schultz, but still not swinging a bat. And Harrison Bader still not cleared for baseball activity. So Dan still a ways away for Paul and Harrison.
All right, Jimmy, thank you. So the roster moves today. Rondon, Fernandez, Moroff, Oviedo, and Michaelis. Cardinals were busy today. Rondon had a really good spring. One of the final cuts. So staying with it, and he was going to be on the Venezuelan team to compete in the Olympics. He had been away from Memphis for about 24, 48 hours, something like that. And then Cardinals said, hey, we need you. Here's Giovanni Gallegos, and this is our Chevy call to the pen. So we are in the 7th. Marte is 0 for 3. Jimmy was just singing Party in the USA.
Yes.
And the first pitch is swung on and missed at 94.
And they've really been trying to go up with this whole entire team. This young team chases a lot of high fastballs.
Tyler O'Neill, by the way, his first career game with 3 extra base hits. Joins Molina as the only other Cardinal with 3 extra base hits in a game this year. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Marte, Escobar, and Peralta for the Diamondbacks here in the home half of the 7th. Just missed.
You're telling me that you don't have any Or haven't had any Miley Cyrus run through your house with the kids you got?
Oh, absolutely. That is a given.
Little Hannah Montana.
Yep. 2-1 pitch. That view there gives you a little idea about the movement.
Straight down on that slider. How far along are we from having a camera on the umpire's face mask?
It can be done.
Like legitimately though, like, or something there where you can really get it. I mean, that would be such a great angle. The problem is that the umpire's moving.
I think the other part is, would the umpire agree to it? Up the middle, there's Sosa.
But I mean, it would be amazing if you could have like that camera they have for football, that you could drop it down in there where it's not moving. And so you could, you know, how they chase the guys around with those cameras that are suspended on wires, that they could put it down there, and then as soon as the play starts, they can pull it out of there. But how cool would that be to get a bird's eye view of what a hitter's looking at? Because you just can't put it on the mask, because as soon as he moves, you lose all perspective. And that's what usually happens.
I've seen it, you know, various games. You can see it in all-star games sometimes. Sometimes, you know, just a random game, you'll get that view, but you do get an idea of the speed at which it's coming in, and it'll blow you away if you haven't played the game at this level, which is 99.9% of the audience. It's incredible. I find it like the seats right behind home plate that you see here, or the green seats at Busch Stadium.
Give you a little bit of a view, yes.
Yeah, you're there and you're going to see the speed and the movement.
But what you don't get, what the real experience is all about.
Uh-oh. Be careful.
The fear of being in the batter's box.
You get all the best
yeah,
parts
you're
of
great.
it. 2-0 pitch. Popped up. Arenado. It's part of the shift. And out of play.
Tell you what, that saves a lot of outs right there, that big net.
Haven't really seen it come into play, but you're right. You will
pretty
occasionally.
Close to being one right there.
Yep.
Well, look where this ball lands. That's an out. If that's definitely an out.
Yeah,
if there's
you're right.
no net there. That's definitely an out.
Good call.
That
Yeah,
guy,
he'll make that play.
guy didn't make that play very well right there with the gray shirt on. It kind of went down a little faster than he thought it was going to.
He was only 2 feet away from it. The ball was, his hands were about waist high, and the ball was, you know, I'd say 2 feet. It was at his ankles.
He just couldn't get
Just a late reaction
to it quickly.
It happens.
But without a doubt, Arenado, I mean, clearly we don't know 100%, but he's putting a glove on that ball easily. Never really thought about that before.
Me neither. 2-2.
But I did think about this, the outfielders flying over and having to figure out if they're going to have to kind of jump into the stands a little bit or not. That was earlier today. I saw something similar to that, where you really don't have to worry about that anymore.
And you know it's going to happen. I mean, you see it across the board. Some random game is going to have that.
Well, and then there's a couple of places that how far does the fence go down, or the net go down? It doesn't go all the way down.
3-2 pitch, and he walked him. So Escobar on base for the third time, pair of walks and a double tonight. Cardinals Care and their auctions are available for you. Take home 50% of the pot on the 50-50, and also all kinds of great memorabilia available to you, and it all goes to Cardinals Care, cardinals.com/CC auctions. Peralta is popped out, grounded out, and doubled. One out and a runner at first. Good pitch. Here's the 0-1. Nothing in 2, the count. And a check swing. He did go, and a runner takes second base. So a strikeout and a wild pitch, and there's 2 away with the runner now in scoring position for the Diamondbacks.
That slider again right there just goes straight down. That ball right there, that's a weird ball right there. Did you see Yadi's the way he went after that? He started to block it, and then it kept coming, and he almost like thought, oh, I can catch this. And then he put his,
a little bit.
Yeah, and he put his bare hand out there to kind of do what he did the other day, and it got down right at the last second, and he got stuck in between. And that's a weird play too. Like at first base, that happens a lot. If a guy has a really good arm, he'll throw a ball low, and you'll expect it to bounce, and it doesn't, and it'll hit you right in the palm, and then it eats you up.
Swing and a miss by Christian Walker.
Guys that throw the ball hard, the ball will do some weird things. It'll run more, it'll sink more, or it'll carry more. And it's like sometimes you go down to catch a ball at first and you think it's going to give you a nice short hop, and it just kind of stays on that plane. And that is uncomfortable.
Runner at second. 7-4 the score here in the home half of the 7th, and an 0-1 pitch by Gallegos. Now a look at the runner, Escobar. Line to Tommy Edman. Your heart skips a beat, does it?
I'm telling you, just like I said, that ball's a base hit for 100 years. One hopper to second.
Yadier Molina, a couple of hits tonight. He has driven in 3. Tyler O'Neill is homered in 3 straight games against the Diamondbacks. He's got 3 hits tonight, including a couple of doubles as well. Big night for Tyler. They're trying to make Adam Wainwright a winner tonight. Pitched into the 6th. 1 point the Cardinals led 7-0. It's now 7-4. And Mantiply is the new pitcher, Joe Mantiply. And Lane Thomas will pinch hit for Justin Williams. Rondon is on deck for Gallegos. And Thomas sends it out to center, and a base hit. Ball gets away, and Thomas digging for second base. Broke his bat, just what he needed. Something to fall.
No kidding. Can't go any lower than that. You're right at 100. Finally get himself a hit. I thought that ball hit center fielder right in the face off the bounce. It's scary. Marte made it comes in and gets it right here, but you're in between and hit him in the arm. Whew.
First extra base hit of the year for Lane Thomas. And here is Jose Rondon, who had a tremendous spring training for the Cardinals. He's got some pop. 9 home runs in winter ball this past season. And the first pitch is strike.
He's got some at-bats in the big leagues,
yep.
Danny. 268 at-bats with White Sox in San Diego.
The 0-1 pitch. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Kind of like that. 9 career home runs.
We saw that, ball jumps off his bat. We did a bunch of his games in spring training, Jimmy. I know you remember seeing him. We liked him.
I would like to see it right now.
Ooh. 1-2 the count. It gives you some versatility as well. Could play all over the place. One-two pitch. Cardinals picked up a run in the first, 5 in the third, and another in the fifth. The 1-2.
You know what's interesting on all these new stats and stuff that come out? This young man right here does a really nice job of throwing strikes. He gets ahead. First pitch, second pitch, 2 out of 3 pitches, strikes. It's like an A grade for all of that. But you know what he doesn't do well? Doesn't finish off hitters. His percentage of 2-strike plate appearances with outs is a D grade. It's only 70%, which you would think that's pretty good, but the league average is about 75 to 80%. So I wonder if that's just maybe when you look at certain guys that don't have major velocity, is that maybe just a lack of like a really good put away pitch because he's getting ahead all the time.
Here's another thing. You know how the game has changed? I didn't think one time about Rondon bunting in this spot. You got a runner at second, nobody out.
That's true. It'd be a nice run to have.
Yeah. Now you're hoping, that he does something, hits it to the right side, drives him in, hits a home run. But you didn't even think twice about it.
I didn't at all. It's funny that you said that because I had to look up and make sure there was a man on second with nobody out.
Rondon at the time of his call up here leading the team in Memphis in home runs and extra base hits, total bases and runs batted in. 6 home runs, 19 driven in. Thomas at second base. His last major league game was in the middle of the season of 2019. He was with Baltimore at that time.
It's a long time between big league at bats to keep grinding it out down there.
Well, think about it too. You're not with alternate site last year.
Did nothing.
Right.
Right.
Just trying to stay sharp.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know what I would do. I would maybe just take it to the beach, take it to the house, take it to the lake. I don't know. It'd be hard to keep. It wouldn't be hard to keep in shape, but it would be hard to keep in baseball shape. You can't actually. I don't even know if there was a point, right? Could they add people to that roster at that time and no one really knows what was going on? There's no minor leagues. I guarantee you there are some guys just sitting at the lake all summer long.
This would be the 10th pitch of the at bat right here. Rondon hits it out to left and a sliding catch.
Nice little play by Peralta.
Top of the lineup, Tommy Edman on base 3 times, hit by a pitch, reached on an error. He is singled tonight. So Tyler Webb will come into the ballgame in the 8th. Diamondbacks have Pavin Smith, left-handed batter, Nick Ahmed, and then Stephen Vogt, who's homered and walked, but they could counter there with Carson Kelly. And time called. Trying to send the Diamondbacks to their 13th consecutive loss. The 1-0. 1 ball, 1 strike. One to Edman. Thomas running and out.
You missed the tag. It's a great throw right there. I just think the third baseman was a little late, and I think he went down to make the tag and didn't touch him until Lane was sliding in. Maybe not. Watch this. Doesn't this look weird? Oh, we got him. That's pretty close.
He stays just a little bit lower. He avoids that tag. He tries to swipe it
It's
here.
almost like he missed him a little bit and then just got up to there. It's funny because, you know, you're taught to hold the glove down by the base as long as possible. But when guys are sliding, it's a habit of you just want to go get them. And sometimes that can backfire.
2-1 pitch. And Edman shoots one into the gap in right center. And a one-hopper over the wall and a ground rule double. He's on base for the 4th time.
Center fielder, Dylan.
Nice swing by Tommy inside out right there, like you said. Ball took off. It's a 400-foot double right there.
15th multi-hit game for Tommy Edman, and that's tied with Nolan Arenado for the team lead. Dylan Carlson lined out, grounded into a fielder's choice twice, and is flied out to right.
Not as quite as Gumby-like as Tatis. That video you showed me today.
Here's a 1-0 pitch, and instead a check on Tommy Edman. The 1-0. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I'm starting to see Dylan starting to get a lot of changeups again. There's guys scouting report starting to notice he's taking a lot of close pitches. Just trying to get him out, moving the fastball around. Well, he's not swinging at those anymore. So got to go to the next stage, is which maybe throw some off-speed pitches that look like strikes that end up down below the zone.
What do you think of Thomas stealing in that spot? You are with it?
You know what? I would have to be here's my situation with that. Is I don't really know why he did it. I'd be all right with it if he was safe. And it's not bothering me because he got thrown out because of the double. It just happens to be that way. So I want to know the explanation. If I'm the manager and I don't tell him to go, which that's not a tell you to go thing. That's a, hey, if you get a jump, go ahead. I want to know where your read was. And I'd like to know, you know, and down there, and we're talking about this, it's going to take me 30 seconds to explain it. That all happens in an instant. Like, what's the time? What did you see? Why? You know, give me the reasons, and let's walk through it really quick, and I'll tell you why that's good or bad. But I believe that, from what I can remember, if that was Tony, he would say, you got to make it.
Period.
You got to make it.
Yeah, I was thinking even before the double. A little curious.
Yeah, no, I think you're dead on. I didn't see the reaction on anyone's face, so I don't know. But those are my pinpoints right there.
Sure.
Time to the plate. And even if he's a 1-4 or even if he's a 1-2 and you get a good jump, it still comes down to you got to make it.
2-2 pitch. Upstairs, 3-2.
And here's the other thing that I'm thinking about too. You can run, so you're going to score pretty much on any base hit.
That's the other part.
Tommy's going to battle. You're going to get a ball in play. I'd rather see you try to score on some funky play and get thrown out at the plate on a bang bang play because you hustled than maybe getting thrown out trying to steal with a lefty on the mound and not getting a good jump. And we didn't see the jump either.
23rd walk for Dylan Carlson. That's a team high. And Paul Goldschmidt coming up.
I know that's a lot of explanation, but
no, it makes a lot of sense. All of it did.
Those are all the things that come into play that you wouldn't have to ask anyone.
Right.
If you were sitting in the dugout, you would know right away. What are we doing right there? We're not letting anybody get loose. You're pretty much already have the scouting report. You're not pitching around him to pitch to the guy behind him.
So let's go.
Yeah,
and good luck.
What do you think about this right here? You want to try and throw him a lot of curveballs or a lot of fastballs?
2 outs. First pitch to Paul Goldschmidt.
I don't know. Maybe, you know, maybe go in hard and then just stay away at the end. Or, hey, vary your looks. They're going to try and take third.
Would it be something, I'm being honest about this, would it be something that you'd say Arenado hasn't had great at bats
maybe
today? So, you know, if you fall behind, you do have a base.
If you fall behind, you can do this with the next guy. I think, you know, just like what he just did, hey, this is what you can do to these next 2 guys. So if it doesn't work here, try it again with this guy. I mean, you're already losing. I don't know. I think if I was in center field, I would be like, let's go. Let's go.
The 2-0. Popped him up. First baseman Walker wants it. Oh, and he has it. Oh.
Had it the whole way.
Woo. Tyler Webb coming in when we come back. And that takes us to Tyler Webb. So Webb gets Pavin Smith, Nick Ahmed, Stephen Vogt due up. Lane Thomas stays in the game in right field. Webb on the road, an ERA that's 6.5. 7 walks. All right, Pavin Smith. He was robbed by Goldschmidt back in the second. Single to left and scored. Single to right. And the first pitch drops in for a strike. Up the middle and a base hit.
I mean, this guy, seriously.
Third hit tonight, easily can be 4 for 4.
Do you remember me telling you that story about Sean Casey in the World Series? This kind of just reminds me of it right here. Every time this guy steps to the plate, I'm like, oh, he's going to get a hit. It's just like locked in. He's not doing a lot of damage, thank God, but geez.
Here's Nick Ahmed 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. The 1-0 pitch. Fouled back. It's a 3-batter minimum. You have Stephen Vogt on deck, who has had a nice game with a home run, 2-run shot back in the 5th and a walk. But you think about if you get a runner on, have 2 runners on, Carson Kelly pinch hitting. He has been one of the best, if not the best, hitter for Arizona.
I'm trying not to think about that right now. I'm trying to concentrate on this out one at a time. Let the manager worry about that.
Yeah, but I like to talk about situations.
I'm kidding. When we get the ball down, maybe get a ground ball right here.
The 1-2 inside, 2-2.
Everybody clap your hands.
The 2-2. Ahmed has only struck out 4 times in a game. Once. That was back in 2018. 2-2 the count. Out in front, pulls it foul.
Really firing up the crowd with this old school music, aren't they?
Big time.
That's awful. Sorry. It's awful. The guy had to plug in the 8-track right there. Get that music.
2-2. Hit in the air out to shallow center. Who wants it? Carlson with the catch. And the first out here in the top of the 8th. Sliding grab. Basket catch, Dylan Carlson.
It's a nice play by Dylan Carlson. That was kind of in a little kind of proverbial black hole right there. It was just like no man's land.
Bermuda Triangle, if you will.
Well, it turned into, it could have been the Bermuda Triangle if it would have fallen in between those 3. because those three guys were kind of making a triangle right there, watching the ball come down.
Well, here it is, Carson Kelly.
The ball was up there too long for a sliding catch. That just tells me right there, one of the two guys has got to get there first, and two, that's somebody's too deep. The ball can't be up there that long and have a center field has to slide for it.
0-1 on Kelly.
And thinking about this too, especially thinking about this, we're talking about a shortstop with 1 home run this year, and that ball gets popped up sky high and it almost drops too deep.
Kelly pinch hitting for Vogt. Out in front, popped up left side. Arenado in foul territory, and it's off the top of the dugout and out of play. So Kelly is 1 for 14 in this homestand here for the Arizona Diamondbacks. But man, oh man, what a year he's put together. Very well could be headed to the All-Star game. And we're ways away, but not that far. Could be their representative.
You got that right.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
I think he was hitting 375 versus lefties right before that, and that's no easy task.
Alex Reyes has been throwing in the Cardinal bullpen.
For Joe Madden line, number 22,
Josh Reddick will be the pinch hitter. So they've already used LeCastro and Leyba. They've emptied their bench here. Josh Reddick now with a mohawk.
Fresh
Jimmy.
new. He's got a fresh new cut.
Yep. So a new cast member for the Mad Max, the 10th edition of it.
The 10th.
Yeah.
You know the bad part about that is it's hot there with a lot of sun. You just got to keep a hat on for a couple days. You're going to burn.
That first day would be really tough on you.
I always wanted to do that during the season because I had a hat on the whole
Is that
time.
right?
No, just like get a different cut, and I just couldn't do it. The Philly Fanatic is making a debut in our offices.
Reddick, fly ball to center. There's Dylan Carlson with the catch. Webb, scoreless inning, sends us to the ninth, and it's 7-4. 7-4 our score. The Cardinals have out hit the Diamondbacks 10-7. Diamondbacks with a couple of errors tonight. Kevin Ginkel, 3 days of rest for him. And our Chevy called to the pen. And the first batter for the Cardinals here in the ninth inning will be Nolan Arenado, then Yadier Molina and Tyler O'Neill. This Memorial Day weekend, and wherever you may be, we hope you're enjoying baseball tonight on Bally Sports Midwest. Cardinals trying to make it 4 wins in a row and win the series. Picked up the finale against the White Sox, won the first 2 against the Diamondbacks. Arenado's the kind of guy that can look like that on that swing and then next swing put one 15 rows deep.
Oh, he wasn't exactly happy about that swing.
No.
So I think the concentration level will go back up. Doesn't look like himself today.
I would agree. A little off, but that can change. Had a terrific game last night with the home run and then the double play that he turned. That's when a pitcher says, you know what, he's a little bit off.
Did you see that?
Just threw it right over to the
You
dugout.
don't see that very often.
But, you know, he's a little off. He's looked a little bit.
Yeah, let me sneak this fastball
Let me
in
get
there.
the sneak. That's exactly where I was going. I'm going to sneak the fastball by you. And he'll be ready for it. Got him. Got him to chase and a strikeout. The batter is Yadier Molina.
I just don't. You don't see him do this very often. Maybe a little funk, maybe moving too much. Maybe this is a guy that he doesn't see the ball well against, but definitely can see the frustration. And that's all right. It's all right to get frustrated. It's all right to let it out, I think. And you got to get it out somehow. People don't like to see it, but that's just part of the game.
They used to have in Milwaukee a punching bag. Remember that? The boxing bag?
We used to have a humongous boxing full body bag in Anaheim, and it was so heavy that you hit it with a bat one time, it didn't move, and I thought to myself, this is pointless.
You get hurt.
I think the bat's going to just bounce back and hit me in the head. You know what's funny is you see so many accidents. You know, people throw the helmet, it bounces back up and it cuts them, or hits somebody else, or you throw a bat and it bounces around. After a while, you start to look for areas to go by yourself, and by the time you get there, you've thought, okay, there's no reason to throw anything anymore. That helps, because I don't want to hurt somebody else, and it happens all the time.
There's Tyler O'Neill and our Budweiser player of the game. 2 doubles tonight and a home run.
That's a bomb.
They'll throw that baseball out. Hit the dirt.
Wait, hang on. It needs to go 7 more pitches to get its full 8 in.
I don't believe you. O'Neill on a hop to short, and Ahmed makes the play. Sends us to the bottom of the 9th. Alex Reyes coming on when we come back. To the pen. 14 for 14 in save opportunities and a .67 ERA. Alex Reyes. Been nothing short of spectacular this year, Alex Reyes.
Yeah, I like the 27 innings with the 37 strikeouts. Means you can go and reach back every now and then when you need it. Get that strikeout.
Right-handed batters hitting 176 against Reyes. The lefties are 3 for 41. And the first pitch, fastball taken high. ERA of 0 on the road. And if you want to nitpick, which you can, it's been the walks. The 28 walks on the year. That's how teams have gotten to him at times. The fly ball into center, pretty well hit. And I'm going to take a guess that it was not caught, and the runner is at second base. It's a double. So a leadoff double.
Just the fastball right down the middle. Big outfield, I'm telling you. It was a really nice description by you right there, by the way, because I had no idea where the ball went.
Just going by Reyes.
Well, I mean,
not throwing his hands up and saying, yeah. And then he was going to back up third. So I figured it's a double. Got to roll with the punches, Jimmy. What are you laughing at? Take your hand off that cough button. Leadoff double. And now it's Ketel Marte, who is 0 for 4. Pair of strikeouts, pair of groundouts. Fastball up and away.
And
2 balls and no strikes.
The walks has been the struggle for him, and really just throwing strikes at the beginning of the count, which leads to these walks. But first pitch strikes have been really bad for him so far this year, and it's just something you have to pick up. You've got to get ahead.
And the 2-0. Diamondbacks trying any which way to bring that tying run to the plate.
I mean, he literally does everything well except for get ahead. And that's one thing he's going to have to really work on, because it takes a lot of stress out of the day for you right there. And you have everything else.
3-0 pitch. He walked him, and the tying run will come to the plate. And it's Escobar. 18 runs batted in his last 14. He's been on base 3 times tonight with a double and 2 walks, and he's got 12 home runs. So this would be the guy they want. Either he or along with Pavin Smith, who's been swinging a hot bat in this series. 273 with runners in scoring position. Ball 1.
Leaking a little bit. Shoulders opening up. Ball's going to the third base side. Maybe falling off a little bit.
Arizona 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Fly ball to left. O'Neill and a big out.
You see the difference just in the delivery right there. I mean, like, he just was short, threw the ball down the middle. The pitch before looked like he had almost like the old delivery, and then he just fell off a little bit more, like fell towards the right or first base side. That time he was just kind of quick and compact and stayed perfect on the mound, and ball's right there. Crazy how that happens.
It's that little adjustment you can make. Peralta's popped out to third, grounded out to short, doubled and struck out.
I think it's weird because as a pitcher, you can see a lot of guys when they have trouble at every level. It doesn't matter how old you are, and your wind up and your arm are going in different speeds. You know, when you're trying to really be deliberate, and then all of a sudden you're trying to yank a fastball, or vice versa, or you try to let up a little bit. Everything's got to be in a good rhythm. And sometimes you can see when you're not, your arm gets caught behind, and that's when the ball starts flying all over the place.
Bounced a curveball up there and a wild pitch.
Ball almost hit the grass. I mean, how do you even stop that if you're Yachty? With your face?
I don't know. Can't.
I mean, you used to be a catcher. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Here's a 1-0. And then he comes back with that.
Nasty cutter, slider.
Tying run at the plate in Peralta. Cardinals trying to pick up their 30th win of the year and go to 8 above the 500 mark. Time called.
You know, if I was the pitching coach, you know, my first question would be after the game, I'd want to know, did you throw a curveball in the warm-ups? And I know they're taught to throw all their pitches, but I think sometimes it can speed up on them a little bit, or you're not loose. I'd be curious. Be a good question. Like, hey, did you throw a curveball in your warm-ups? Did you get a feel for it? Because between the bullpen and running all the way to the mound and then all of a sudden being amped up changes everything.
Question might be, do you have my blood pressure medicine?
Yours? Or Mike's?
I mean, Mike has had some long nights, and these save situations turn into eventful saves just about every time here for Alex Reyes.
It's supposed to be like that.
The 2-1. Christian Walker on deck.
Makes you think, like, when you just think back about how simple Izzy was, right? Fastball, cutter, and a big curveball. But what did he do? He got ahead. He got behind. He would throw the cutter. He would just get it so it would just stay off your barrel. And then if he got you, he would throw you the big breaking ball. But it wasn't all this crazy stuff. It wasn't over analyzing. He was just like, I'm just going to give you some stuff away, middle away, a little run away. Run a ball up and in once in a while and throw you the hook. Troy Percival, I remember, just guys that I remember, same thing. Fastballs away all day long, curveball. It's really successful.
3-2 pitch. He struck him out. And the Cardinals are now 1 out away.
Backup slider right there. Best pitch in baseball. Lee Smith at the end of his career. Fastballs, sinkers away, slider away. You know?
Sure. Well, Reyes trying to end it here. Two on, 2 outs. And a pitch for a strike.
How about Eckersley? He could tell you it was coming. And
pinpoint control.
Oh my gosh. Edge of the outside corner every single pitch.
Walker tonight. RBI base hit that scored 2 back in the 6th. Well, Yachty's been busy here in this inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. Curveball in the dirt.
What are you looking for if you're a hitter?
2-1. I'm thinking fastball here. What are you looking for?
Fastball to hit in the street.
Yep.
You know what I'm trying to do, though? I'm trying not to be the last out. I can promise you that.
The 2-1. Three and 1. The way it sounds in Arizona, it almost sounds like a home crowd for the Cardinals. And Pavin Smith is on deck. You don't want to see him if you're the Cardinals, the way he's been swinging the bat. 3 hits tonight, easily could have 4. Three 1. Oh boy.
Right on the forearm. Just put ice buckets in his locker every night after the game. Oh, shoulder. Oh. It's just not enough padding to go around. It doesn't matter if it hits you in the pads or not.
Get it in the bicep, forearm, the wrist.
That's what makes that block he made the other day, where he actually threw his bare part of his body out there to stop the breaking ball, and knew he was going to wear it.
3-2. Swung on and missed. Strikeout for Reyes, and the Cardinals win it 7-4, and they'll look for a sweep tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Alex Reyes. Coming back and throwing that fastball for a strike. Waino with the win. Nice job by the bullpen. 7-4, not bad, but exciting win tonight. Again, one more tomorrow.
We'll do it again tomorrow. Cardinals are now 30-22, 8 games above the 500 mark, and look for a 4-game sweep tomorrow.